I'm live. Yes. Welcome to the show. Welcome one and welcome all. Got one already. So this is the other morning show. I don't know what to do here.
I'm Dimebag Darling.
I'm TruePowerIsMine, and today's date
is August the 24th, 2018.
The year of our Lord. You might notice something different today, guys. We're actually but it actually looks like a big fucking screen TV, that scene behind me. But you might notice that we're actually doing it earlier in the afternoon. We don't have alcohol today. This is my 4th day sober. I'm really embracing the sobriety thing. I'm still smoking cigarettes, from time to time, but pretty much sober. I don't know, Dimebag, are you gonna stop drinking as well, or?
No, I'm not going to stop doing any of the things that I enjoy doing. No, I'm not.
Well,
I'm at a point in my life to now that where I'm just focused on, satisfying me as a whole. Just me.
There you go. I mean,
man, it might sound selfish, but I show love to the people that's important to me.
Exactly. So. But before when you get ready to quit, you got to submit to a higher power. For me, it was TJ Blake's. I was checking out his little deal. I sent in a card there for, put in $25, and he sent me back a little vial of fucking water. He said it was water, but it's like some white semen shit in there. Chucked it out the window. I ain't going to quit, guys. This is all bullshit. The reason why I say this is because I lost my one fucking viewer.
Well, that's how shit goes.
That's how it goes. I don't give a fuck. But today we're talking about
just a bunch of whatever.
Yeah,
What's that noise?
Oh, a heroin junkie. Damn. Another heroin junkie bit the dust. Listen, guys.
Yep, that's how it goes down over in Missouri.
This is the reality of it. I mean, you got
typical Friday night in Missouri. Friday evening.
I don't need a fucking beer is what I need, dude.
It's almost 5 o'clock.
This feels unnatural. This is like a Catholic priest without an altar boy.
Oh, shit. We ain't fucked up. Them Catholics, we already know how they get down.
Well, they did make that video game, Hitman 47 or some shit, where old boy was bald head going around killing. He was a Catholic guy, so, they hit shit. That's what they do. They hit shit. All right, so what do you have as far as research on the Trump investigation as we're progressing? And hopefully,
I don't even follow that bullshit no more, because I know it's all bullshit. I don't even waste my time and energy on that shit. Trump's not going anywhere. He's going to be reelected. The Democratic Party is not going to take control of Congress. And why would we believe an investigation led by a person that went in front of Congress and lied and said that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction, and it's been proven that he didn't have weapons of mass destruction? So why should I waste my time on that stuff? We already know that the Hillary Clinton campaign was in collusion with the media to elevate Donald Trump, Ben Carson, and Ted Cruz, because through the Hillary Clinton campaign internal polling, those 3 candidates were the best chances she had of beating anybody else in the Republican Party. And you see what happened. And you can find all that information on WikiLeaks in the Podesta emails. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up yourself.
You're not recording on that video.
I know.
All right.
So
I was just, I know that you're basically a advocate for freedom of speech and whatnot, In reference to the banning or muzzling of Alex Jones officially, what is your views?
I just think, shutting people down for saying stuff that's not the corporate narrative, I think that's bullshit.
Now, you do realize that Alex Jones did speak for the corporation. He spoke for his own corporation. So he was still speaking of corporate narrative.
To be honest, I think the whole Alex Jones thing is, I think he got compensated for that whole fiasco. I think what that was just a distraction so they can go through a back door and shut down the channels and demonetize the channels that they were really aimed at in the first place.
Now, do you think that I mean, I know that you watched Alex Jones a little bit. You know, it's sort of like a dirty little secret. We all seen
a lot of people watch Alex Jones show.
But do you think that he was actually trying to help the American people with the information he was providing on InfoWars, Prison Planet, his YouTube channel? Hey, did they take down Ron Gibby's channel?
No, I think his is still up.
So you can still check out Alex Jones through Ron Gibbsby. So there's that. You know, for all you diehard.
You know, they probably got their algorithm set up to where you have to go through the weeds.
Hopefully, our shit don't get flagged for just mentioning his name, like Baltimore. You can't say his name. You know, the
Alex Jones, Alex Jones, Alex Jones, Alex Jones, Alex Jones. You know,
ban.
Fuck the Google. You know, it's bullshit what they're doing. You know.
Well, you know that Google has worked with the Chinese now in implementing this face technology to actually scan people's face. Now, if that's not scary enough, what about when Google is basically the only platform? You know, there's other hosting sites out there. Many of you guys don't know. Meta Cafe, Videos and More, Pornhub. There's a lot of video hosting services out there. And
we might have to take the show to Pornhub.
And you know what? I would personally do that, but I just can't because I have
a lot of YouTubers should put, you know, their content on Pornhub.
And you know what? I think I will, but I have
put it on there.
But Pornhub may require some sort of sexual act in the show.
You just have to read their terms of agreement.
I don't want to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Why should you want to read the terms of agreement?
Just to fucking say some words. Fuck
you know,
that.
Put a pocket pussy up there or something. Maybe that might work. You know, have a pocket pussy.
Right there by the cheeseburger. Speaking of which,
I don't even mess with you.
I don't know where it's at. I mean, I know it's back there somewhere, but
anyway, yeah. I mean, it's just. I just think this whole censorship, it's only going to get worse.
So,
you know,
see, me myself, I'm embracing it. I believe it's a good thing. You know, I want Trump to get. You know, I'll be honest. I want him to get impeached so Pence can come in, Mike Pence, the real president, and he can really bring the fucking pain. He can really make America great again. Just one fucking ramming after the next. And then when the American people are finally busted up, we can deal with them. We can build them back up, you know?
Shit, Mike Pence like said, I'm going to go try to find me a kid.
Oh, don't say that.
Or a man that want to have sex.
Oh, you still remember that? And thank you, Wayne, for sharing that information with us about Pence and the conversion, gay.
Conversion. Not messing with kids. My bad, Pence. He ain't no
yeah. There's just allegations of
him just being a fag,
basically, which is, you know,
it's okay. We said that before. It's okay, Mike Pence. You know.
Well, what would you do? I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's okay because how do we not know he ain't raping these dudes? You know what I'm saying? Because most dudes, if they get raped, they ain't gonna say shit. You know what I mean? It's like quiet. Just like a lot of dudes out there getting beat up by, you know, their partners or their wives or their husbands or whatever the case may be nowadays. Who knows? Their tranny, who knows? Their dog. They get beat up and they're not even saying, hey man, they ain't gonna be like, you know, you ain't gonna see us sitting over beer me talking about, yeah, man, my woman that smacked me upside the head, man. What should I do? Drinking some cocoa up there at your crib. Man, you smack shit out of me too. Pow! I don't know. Maybe grow a set of fucking balls and smack her back, you know?
Yeah, that's going to
get your ass in jail, too. Oh, well.
You know, shit.
Violence is not the answer, kids.
It's not, but you got to remember, shit, these laws, these feminist laws, that bitch can hit you upside your head with a fucking pipe. You better get the fuck out of there because if you try to defend yourself just to get that bitch over you, you're going to jail. Period.
And, you know,
you're going to jail.
That's the reason why it's so important. And I know I've said this so many times, but you gotta stress. You gotta stress straight up. You got to fucking think shit through. You gotta use your fucking brain. You know, a lot of motherfuckers go out here half cocked and get fucking fucked up because these cops, these haters, your enemies, they are not playing games anymore, people. They're not playing. There was just a story the other night up there in St. Louis. A motherfucker got popped last night. You know what I'm saying? Now
get popped up there every night.
Well, yeah.
All the dumb shit too. A lot
of it's always messing with people's money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, let me hold something. You let me hold something. You come back around the corner. You see I'm over here posted up. You come and hit me up. I'm like, man, you go on, dog. You just got beat, right? So you think it. Okay, cool. So you go on, but then you come back around the corner, and then you get me. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes down. Or else I'm going to the store, in my little fucking world with my headphones on, not paying attention, and you just run me over with the car and keep on going. Mm-hmm. Look, man.
Yeah.
You got to understand as men, and I'm just talking to the brothers right now because, the sisters, that's a whole nother discussion. But brothers, man, we have to be on our word. If I tell you I'm going to do something, we do it. If I tell you I'm not going to do something, we don't do it. And it's just that simple. And then there's no confusion. Now, they're still the haters, though. They're still the fucking haters out there. You know what I'm saying? What was it the other day? I got an email because people were concerned when I had started doing like spiritual shows and I was reaching out, and I'm still Deacon Asaph and others, Pastor Smith, and get them on the show. But they're like, don't turn into a Christian show or this and that. And I'm like, whatever fuck I turn into is what the fuck I turn into. I'm always going to bring my style of, I guess, interviewing because I never, I don't think of this show as one dimensional. We're just not going to talk about this issue because honestly, everything is tied together for real. Mm-hmm. How the fuck I'm going to talk about white supremacy and not talk about economic empowerment? How the fuck I'm going to not talk about economic empowerment how the fuck I'm going to talk about economic empowerment and not talk about social interaction and social justice? Because if you can't do your shit in life, then you ain't going to get the money to be empowered. And guess what? You're still going to be at the bottom of a fucking barrel. Fuck. Man, ain't you tired of being a bottom barrel? I'm tired of being a bottom barrel collectively.
They shoot what's at the bottom of that barrel.
You think they ain't?
Hey, shit. They're shooting arrows, throwing rocks, doing.
What's up, Frank, in the house?
Indian burn.
Cricket guy was cracking, yeah.
So, yeah, I think we need to touch more on a lot of other different topics because there's a lot of chaos going out here.
Yes. Yeah, and
it's going on in the different communities all across this Sahara mudball, and it's getting crazy. Like people don't realize we're literally living through our time, of what will be equivalent to the Black Plague with all these opioids. You got motherfuckers dropping how many motherfuckers gonna die in this little area over this weekend from that shit?
Probably
at least between, I'd say the number higher than I say 5 at a minimum.
Yeah,
around this area.
And they're getting dosed up right now. They're putting that little shit together. However they fucking do it. And they're man,
putting that fentanyl on all that
shit. And the funny thing about it, no one's calling these people fucking unhuman, degenerate scum.
No, they don't even put them in jail like you did the crackheads.
No, in fact, you can go there to the hospital and they'll give you a free fucking needle to shoot your shit up with.
Yep.
And that shit that if you overdose,
bring you back.
They'll bring you back, right? Well, how come they didn't do that for the crack epidemic? Hey, little Bobby, I see you're out there. You're skinny as fuck. Here's a crack pipe. And, because you don't eat, here's a pack of bologna and a loaf of bread.
Because the private prison industrial complex was like,
no, we can take Johnny.
We'll take all. We'll take all of
We're taking Johnny. Johnny's getting fucked
down some ends. Next thing you know, we got 3 strikes. And what they say when you get 3 strikes, you out.
You out.
This nigga's still in jail right now from the 80s from them 3 strikes. And from the 90s from them 3 strike laws. And it's almost 2020.
And you know what? What does that do? For one, now it's too late. All those cats are institutionalized.
Yeah.
And 2, it's like even if they were to get out, let's just say we open up the floodlight. Okay,
what they gonna do?
Exactly.
What they gonna do? They got felonies.
Hold on, man. Where's that motherfucker? Where's that payphone at, dog? I gotta make a phone call. Where's that? Yeah. Where's that payphone? What?
They got the same. They using the same shit we got it. But the simple fact they've been institutionalized for so long, they ain't gonna be able to get a job. There's no mechanism in place for these people if they would let them out.
Well, the only thing they could possibly do if they were actually in lockdown, they actually studied and got a lot of knowledge, got a lot of, especially coding. They can get a job in the private sector, either as like a philosopher or an author or, some sort of artsy type individual. But they come out thinking, oh, I'm just going to go and just whatever. They might have a hard go at it, because McDonald's frowns on fucking felons.
McDonald's gonna be
machine.
Yeah,
it is. I went there. I'll tell it again. Worst McDonald's in Baldwin ever. I went up there. It was on my lunch break. I was over there by Nordstrom Rags. It's a little fucking bullshit ass store. Well, I went over there to eat. This bitch, she served a white boy in front of me, and I come up. She goes, "There's kiosks over there, sir." I'm like, "Bitch, don't you realize if I do that, you're gonna lose your job?" I didn't say a bitch. I said, "Well, you do realize if I use that, you're gonna end up losing your job."
Right.
And she just looked at me. Use those. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, and fuck you. I'm out. And I didn't say fuck you. I was like, F you. I'm out.
That's like on Half Baked when Scarface quit his job at that burger joint. He was like, fuck you. You cool, fuck you, everybody. Threw that fucking burger, hit old boy in the face with that motherfucker. While cleaning up out that motherfucker, start selling that weed for fundraisers. They was fundraisers. They wasn't drug dealers. They was fundraisers.
Right. And the funny thing about when we talk about incarceration, when we talk about laws in general, I want to be exactly explicit with this, guys. It's all geared towards us. It's all geared towards melanated men. Not so much our sisters, but us. They want to take us off the motherfucker because they know inside of us. Remember the one drop rule? The one drop rule was made for us as well. It was directed at them, but it was for our so-called, the benefit of them keeping their little race pure. One drop of black blood taints the whole fucking group, right?
Because an interracial child is not the race of the mom; they are the race of the dad.
Or the race of whoever's black up in that little deal.
Yeah, that's true.
If there's a black chick with a white boy, that baby's black as well. Best believe that. Look, it goes back to the one drop. You know what I'm saying?
When it comes down to that situation, but everything else they might depend on the melanin in the kid. If he can pass for white, they might.
Even
if they start getting that scanner out, it's rap.
Oh well, yeah, the little DNA shit. Yeah. And you know what the thing about it is? I was just talking. I actually, for those who saw a special report earlier, I had PK on that I've been talking to another individual, and I was explaining to this person about fucking how if we do not get a grasp on this racial identification in America, because like if you went to England, they don't fucking when you go to a job, they don't fucking whatchamacallit, they don't ask if you're black, if you're white, it's English. If you go to other countries and you fill out only up in America, you got
because they want to know who the fuck first, second, and third.
They also want to know where to go and kill a motherfucker when it's time to cull everybody because it's all fucking documented. Even if you jump, when you're filling out that job application, that's one of the one times you ain't gonna lie about that address because you need that W-2 and you need that check. If they need to send it to you. And these motherfuckers are smart. They know this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
we can think of this shit, and half the time, most of the time, you're intoxicated.
Well,
they got think tanks for shit like this.
And you think they ain't? Look, there's more fucking cocaine going up the nose of so-called intelligent college graduates right now than going up the nose of, say, the homeless welfare whore. You know what I'm saying? If I want to use those terms,
man, it's so. I was watching this one video on YouTube, and it was the millennials was so deep in college that it's been little websites popping up all over the place where women can go online, sugar daddy's called like sugar daddy arrangements, and these bitches was
so it's like Tinder.
No, it's the motherfuckers to pay to spend quality time with said individuals and a lot
of escort service.
You know,
isn't that what escort's supposed to be about?
Yeah, they say it's an arrangement, but we all know what kind of arrangement these.
Those dirty bastards.
But anyway, a lot of millennial women were signing up to these different kind of sites because they get paid to do this. To help pay.
Only the men has to pay.
Oh, it's for men and women. It's women doing the same thing for men.
So you can have a young boy talking about I want to be a companion for a chick, and they will hook him up with a chick.
It's more women out here that's paying for sex than it is men.
I don't believe that. I don't believe no woman paying.
They don't advertise that shit.
That's just insanity there. I mean, I know that there's a lot of women out here getting it down and putting it in work, but
don't get me wrong. It's plenty of pussy. It's more pussy floating around right now than it was 20 years ago. But what I'm saying is, it's more women out here paying for pussy than it is men. It just don't get advertised.
Oh, you're talking about women fucking other women?
No, women fucking other men, like on these little setting up these sugar mama and sugar daddy websites. You know, and they said it's flooded with millennials that need extra cash to pay off the student debt.
So you're supposed to be a fucking prostitute to pay off your student debt, to get a good job, so you're sending your offsprings to a college so
the cycle can repeat itself.
Wow. Look,
that's what's been going on.
Most of this whole debt shit. A lot of these kids going to college. I'm gonna be an archaeologist, you know, and they take all these crazy ass courses, and then when they get out, they realize, wait, the motherfuckers who are directors, they're not archaeologists. They're just fucking friends with this guy, or they're in this secret society with this guy, and that's how they get the job. Look, if you want to get the fucking job, yeah, absolutely, get your education. You have to be intelligent. I'm not saying you're not supposed to be, but you do not have to go to college to make a living for yourself, to survive in this motherfucker. For real, you don't. Now, if you want to, hey, that's on you. You know, it's just like those cats on there in South Africa right now, which I find really fucked up. Here, you know, when apartheid was going on, you know, where was America fucking, oh, you guys are fucking wrong. You shouldn't be treating those black people like that. Oh, America couldn't say that. Now, could they? Could we? Could America say that?
No, because they agree with that type of shit.
All right. But now, as soon as apartheid's gone, and now the majority of people is actually exercising their will. And look, it's not like these motherfuckers did not have time to pack up and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? They had fucking over 26 years, guys. So, you know, for Trump to be all like, oh, let's accept these people, you know, well, what about a black South African? Are we so ready to accept them? No, we don't want. See how racist this is? You know, we only want the white folks.
Well, you know,
he only wants the white folks coming in from
racism
Europe.
Is baked in the fabric of the United States.
Ain't it though?
You know, that's like
instead of made in China, made by racists
from the U.S. of A. You know,
and it has took that fucked up ideology and exported it along with the McDonald's and the Marlboro cigarettes and the Jack Daniels and all that Harley Davidson bullshit, all that shit. You know, that's why you'll have motherfuckers in foreign countries, man. I posted a video on Facebook. A brother, man, sitting here in his place of work, doing his job for his
that
family.
Fucking mayonnaise monkey.
Come up in there, fuck you, nigga, I'll beat you up. Jesus died for fuck.
Right. Yeah, you know, that motherfucker was going crazy too. You're pant. Punching at the brother and all kind of shit.
And then you'll have cats like Jesse Lee Peterson jump on that. Yeah, you know, I was rooting for the white guy, you know, all this old crazy shit. Look, we got so many attacks. You know, this was this man's country though, dude. This is what really pisses me off. This is this man's country, and he's still being called nigger in it. Not nigga, nigger, like a fucking pirate.
Because they take this stuff everywhere they go. They take this
and that privilege was their winning.
Yeah,
he probably wrestled with the cops when they got get away from me.
He did. If you go watch the original video, not the ones that's been edited for a little different stuff, If you go watch the whole thing, when the cops got there, he was still acting the goddamn fool.
Now, how come the cops didn't shoot his monkey ass? This summary fuck, because
no,
they were in fear. No, this dude's a savage.
Right, I get it.
They're scared. He's in fear. He's American. He's possibly armed. Every American has a gun. He could pull out a little Glock up from one of his little fucking wrinkly fucking rows.
Pop your black ass and then go rape some kids.
Mm.
So that's probably all he was over there for to do anyway.
Yeah, and I don't even want to talk about that because that is such a bad deal. We got all these mercenaries or missionaries going to these third world countries, Latin American and African countries, talking about, if you can't send Jesus over the internet, in this day and age, send down a TV set by the UPS man or whatever, and a little Wi-Fi for him, and you can talk to him. You don't got to go there in person just to fuck the women, rape the men, rape the kids. You don't got to do that no more. You had been doing this for hundreds of years, and there's documented case after documented case.
That shit going to one or the other. They need to be there in their physical presence.
Even the president, and to show you the dangers of this stuff, even the president of the Philippines, all right, Duty or whatever, he was molested in Catholic school along with all of his classmates. Now you wonder why I want to kill. Yeah, because he fucked him up.
What people fail to realize is raping kids is a Catholic tradition. There is no Catholic church without behavior.
Now, how do you tell a good Catholic, let me play devil's advocate. Brother Dimebag, if you come down to Father Bartholomew's mass, he doesn't touch no kids. He'll just talk to you, and you can go into the confession. And you can, how are you gonna deal with those people?
I would tell them the last time I checked, there were no separations from this Catholic church to this Catholic. It's all one organization.
Absolutely.
So if you're going to any parish, Catholic parish, on Sundays or Wednesdays or whatever day they hold mass, and you're also,
I think they actually open every day,
contributing funds to this
because they're helping your people get into heaven.
And that, when you giving them people money and you're going there every Sunday and you giving them money, you are sending a message that you agree with this type of behavior. And not only will you give them funds, you will even expose your children and grandchildren to this type of behavior. No, like you said, will all Catholic kids that's in this environment get molested? No, they won't. It's too many kids. But why would you even put them in that situation?
But if we use that was fucked up, dog, at the end there. But we use the same logic and deal with America, you're still paying your taxes. You're supporting these racist ass policies that are benefiting racist ass families. Yep. And you're sending your kids to these racist ass schools. And then after kids get out, they still have to deal with the racist general society. So, how do you drop out of that situation as well? Because I don't know any black Catholics. I haven't yet to meet a true black Catholic. I've not met one. I know they're out there. But
oh yeah,
I haven't met one.
It's black Catholics out there. That's all I'm saying. If I was a Catholic, I would have been left the church. On that principle alone, I would have.
But every church organization has had child molestation.
That's why I don't fuck with. That's why I don't even fuck with that shit in general, because I know it's all bullshit.
But even cults have had child molestation.
That's their main purpose for all of that, is to get access at the kids and some money.
Mm-hmm.
Access to kids and money. The Catholic Church do their thing. You got these fucking crazy ass cults, they do their thing. You got the black churches, they do their thing, and it's all to get access for kids, vulnerable women, and money.
So how do we deal with this? Because this is crossing, the Christians are doing it, the atheists are doing it, and the colleges as professors and shit that hate fucking God, they fucking girls and boys up in there as well. Yeah, so let's be honest. All right. We got all these other little, Boy Scout girls. How are we gonna deal with this shit? How? You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna be like, okay, fuck it, no one can have fun, everyone to stay up in the house? Or how do we deal with it?
America as a whole has a moral problem.
You can't say America without saying murder.
You know, they have a moral problem.
Same thing as Russia,
you know,
and China, all the other countries.
You know, and it's really, and they say this is a Christian nation, and
well, I think they're pulling back now. They're saying it was a founded Christian nation, but you know, even that is even hit or miss, because a lot of the so-called founding fathers weren't what you would consider pure sitting Christians by no means. Especially, you know,
see, you don't even have none today.
You got Cliff O'Dollar, his last name Cliffo, or first name Cliffo, or some sort of biblical deal.
Theft Clo Dollar is what you should call him. Shit.
Okay, well, what about Larry Rice? Now, he was actually on the show. What about Larry? What can you say bad about Larry Rice?
I still think you think it's some bullshit.
What's that?
I think he knows the truth. He don't need what Larry Rice does. He don't need religion to do what he's doing.
If that's what his driving component, he absolutely does.
He's doing what he's doing to an extent
because
recruit members.
I have to tell you this: if the danger, what you're talking about, if you take religion out of the equation, you don't realize how drastically you just fucked up this whole society. Now marriages. Now, why do you even get married? Because there's a religious component to marriage. You know, other than the fags, you know, or whatever.
There's really no benefits of getting married anymore. There's no benefits there. You damn sure shouldn't get married for religious purposes. That's retarded, especially if you're a male. Do you know the traps that are set for your ass?
But there's traps out here with not having your own personal pussy as well.
Yeah, it's traps. It's
called STDs. It's called getting caught up.
And marriage is not going to stop you from getting an STD.
Yes, it will.
No, it won't.
I've been married 10 years, haven't had no STD. I mean, I'm just saying.
Then it all depends on what you're doing in that marriage. Everybody ain't probably doing what you're doing in that marriage. It's motherfuckers out here right now raising kids in a marriage that ain't even his, and the wife know they ain't his kids.
Stop it.
And she ain't saying a goddamn thing.
Stop.
And she ain't gonna say nothing.
I mean, but those are so few and far in between. I know what you're
more
saying.
than you think about.
I mean, even if it was 100,000, that's a dip in the barrel to all these motherfuckers. And
there is no incentive for a man to get married at this day and age.
Other than religious, there are a lot of brothers out there who are religiously in tune. And you cannot separate them
motherfuckers
from
religious
that.
In tune. My ass, them motherfuckers are brainwashed.
Well, you can call it what you will, but as long as these motherfuckers are willing to pick up knives and swords and kill for their ideology, I would call them Mister. You know, I'm just saying.
Motherfucker, Mister, motherfucker, get them. Look how many men in the church right now.
Not very many.
And the ones that is men in the church, especially the ones that's married. How many stories? You can go on fucking YouTube and look up numerous of stories where it's been married men, they wife getting fucked by the pastor and the fucking pastor's pregnant.
Oh, stop. Okay.
You know, I guess that's the Christian way.
I mean,
you know, come on,
that shit happens in the satanic church.
Man, that shit happens in all this shit. But we talking about right now. We talking about the Christian church. So let's talk about some of the stuff that's going on in the Christian church. And you got motherfuckers like that. You know, you got a church full of vulnerable ass women.
They're not vulnerable. A lot of them are culpable. A lot of them women know what the hell they're doing. They come in there with the tits popping out, you know, dressed like whore. So, look, I get it. You know, I know it's tough to say, you know, that sometimes, you know, there are men that cannot follow that law. There's men that cannot follow the law of the Bible. You know, they fall short. But they give it a good New York gift.
Nobody follows the law of the Bible. Nobody follows Jesus' teachings. No Christian does that. No Christians do that. They don't.
Because it's impossible, you see. No one can.
Because it's bullshit.
I mean, no one
at the end of the day, it's possible. Do you know what you got to do to even be a disciple of Jesus? You know the stuff you have to do that's in the book. Matter of fact, people, especially you Christians, I ain't got to say nothing to atheists because they read the Bible. They know what's in the Bible.
Oh, they don't.
This is for you dumbass Christians. You need to go read the books of Mark, Luke, and Matthew and John before you go running on to one of these churches on Sunday and giving away your fucking money because you're being caught.
Or if you don't want to read those books, just check out Reverend Geno Jennings.
No,
he's a pastor of the book. He'll set you right.
No, a lot of these people are not going to brainwash your ass too.
A lot of these people are not going to read, dude. They're not going to read just because you say or ask them to.
I'm just telling them it's up to them.
But the thing about it is, you can't understand spirituality and the totality of the human.
Christianity ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn spirituality. That's a fucking con game.
I mean, it could be a game, but that's your point of view.
No, I'm going by what's in that book. I'm going by what's in that book.
But you can't really go by what's in the book unless you quote the.
Yeah, you can go by the book when they want to quote some old bullshit ass.
But they quote it though.
Just like with John 3:16. You know, they never read the verses that become before.
What does John 16 say?
John 3:16. They don't never read the verses that come before that and after that. They just read that one verse. John chapter 3, verse 16. They don't read the verses that come after that or the ones that come before that, and that's what people don't understand. It's a bunch of bullshit. There's nobody in this country that claim that Christians live by the rules that Jesus laid for and spoke in that book. Nobody does.
See,
not one Christian.
This cat does.
No, he don't.
That's right.
No, he don't.
You might as well try the same thing.
You might as well cut that out because he's lying.
This program is not designed to make you rich.
No.
Here.
Not off money. Not off land. But it is designed to make you rich in the wisdom of God.
I'm going to tell you why. This is
bullshit. The Apostle Paul said we have this treasure in earthly vessels that the
excellency
of the power.
That bullshit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit. Because if he ain't, and he knows this, Jesus didn't spend his life in a fucking church or any placeholder. He was out there with the fucking people, and one of his clear rules is to sell everything you own and to hate your mother and father. When you come to me, you hate everybody.
Now I don't know where it says that.
This is in the Bible.
Hate your mother and father, because that goes in conflict to honoring your mother and father.
I know. Well, but it's in there. It's in the book.
Get the verse. It's
in the book. In the books of Mark, Luke, Matthew. All the rules when they talk about those books are the story of Jesus in those books. Now it's not my fault. Now you told me that you read the Bible, so if you read the Bible,
once again I told you that I do not remember every verse in the Bible, and nobody does. That's
nobody
retarded.
No, but I remember stuff that I read.
Jesus said to hate your mother and father and come to me. Sure, you wasn't watching a porno?
No, I wasn't watching no fucking porno.
Fucking a lot of if anyone comes to me, it does not hate his father and mother. See how you paraphrasing shit and getting it all fucked up? That's Luke.
What'd you say?
Read it.
If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife, I have loved you, says the Lord.
That's a totally different verse. I was reading this up here in the
book. So do you get what it said? If you don't hate your mother or father, if you not hate them.
No, hold on. That ain't the one I told you to read, for one. Right there. Read that one right. See, this is a new.
If anyone comes to me, that's what I'm talking about. That's in the New Testament. I just named the books and you pulled it up and it's showing it.
But for one, let me clarify this out.
It ain't no clarification. The words speak for itself.
This is the New International Version. There you go. That's the problem.
Look up that same verse in the New Testament.
Okay, right here. King James Version of the Bible. What does that say?
If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brother and sister, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Exactly what I just fucking said.
Well, isn't that just interesting, folks? You know, a lot of this time, I'm not trying to interrupt you or nothing, but a lot of this is just for certain point of view. It's sort of like Star Wars, you know.
No, it's
you're
pretty
like
much self-explanatory to me right there.
We were like, you know, like
now, how many Christians you know go by those rules? Now, I just told you before, the majority of the Christians in this country don't know what the fuck is in that book, and they don't live by the rules that's in that book. It's all a bunch of bullshit. People, you're being conned. You are being kind, and especially black folks. You go in these fucking churches every goddamn Sunday, and you get these slimy ass no good motherfuckers your money. They're fucking women, and they fucking marry, and they're supposed to live by the laws of God, and they don't. Nobody does.
That's kind of a hard one to kind of, you know, I'm pretty good at twisting words, but that's pretty fucking hard to twist over there. But you know what? Once again, this is the BibleHub.com that I'm getting this information. This could be a bogus ass website.
This ain't no bogus ass website. I could pull up numerous of videos saying the same goddamn fucking thing. The same goddamn thing that I read in the fucking book. That's why people don't understand. The books of Luke, John, Mark, and Matthew talk about the life of Jesus.
Well, that's the New Testament, actually. So,
well, they always bring up, oh, you can't bring up stuff from the Old Testament. Let's talk about the New Testament. Then when I point out shit in the New fucking Testament, then what can you say? Because when at the end of the day, when Jesus came down here, when God impregnated himself in the image of himself in a woman, which we know that's impossible to do without sperm and all that other bullshit, Jesus said he did not come to change anything. He came wielding the sword. This is in your Bible. Man, I'm done with the whole religious thing. Because, man, it's a
like
shame.
Professor Griff, I just have to refer back to Professor Griff.
It's a shame.
You know, for some people, they need these religious systems to operate. And, you know, it is what it is, guys. You know,
that's why it's so much fuckery and buffoonery in these churches. This is why a lot of people don't want to even deal with that shit no more.
Wait, if a man has 2 wives, when could we have 2 wives legally?
All I'm saying
short
is, man,
but you know, but once again, you know, you can't just take one verse there and take it out of context.
That's why I tell people to read the book.
I mean, I'm sure in the whole context of the whole thought, you know, that's just sort of like saying Peter Pecker picked a pepper and just say pick a pepper and run with it. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to, you know, what I want to talk about, you know, and this has nothing to do with religion. I want to talk about what are solutions to our common problems. One of them would be unity. You know, if we can get on board the unity train, we can do something, folks. But see, it's hard to get on unity train if, like, say, my brother here is a Muslim and I'm a Muslim. I'm just saying.
Okay.
And I'm a Hindu, and I'm like, hey, brother, I saw you eating a fucking hot dog. It's not cool eating hamburger and hot dog because they made from beef. And you're like, shut the fuck up and mind your own business. See that?
And that's how it should be. You mind your own fucking business. I ain't affecting you.
You're killing cows.
I don't give a fuck. I ain't killing you, but eating you.
But see, this is where religion gets kind of tricky.
You need to keep that shit to yourself.
If I believe this cow is somehow the answer to life,
then you don't eat it then.
But then when we go to issues like global warming, how come you can't mind your business while I release all these CFCs into the ozones and
when you're poisoning, when you're doing that stuff and it's affecting innocent lives, that's different.
Okay, here we go.
How me eating a hamburger causing harm to some Hindu?
Because I believe that
this ain't got nothing to do with you.
I believe that I can fly. No, I believe that the cow can fly with the old boy on top of it, and it's a holy thing. And it's like by you eating that sacred cow, and it go and here's the trick: it goes in your mouth, but it comes out of shit. You're shitting on the God. You're turning God into shit by consuming it.
That's
why you have to die.
That's an opinion.
But these opinions get people killed. Is what I'm saying.
And that's the problem. That's why.
And someone could argue your global warming religion is just an opinion. You know, who knows? They don't feel like the earth is getting any hotter than me.
If they're pumping pollutant in the fucking water that you're fucking drinking, that means you're affecting thousands and hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of other people. You can't be allowed to do that shit.
But they're allowed to do that shit.
I know, Michigan. That's the problem.
St. Louis water thing.
Nobody has safe drinking water. Any water you get, especially out the tap, you might use, like you see a lot of people, I don't drink tap water, but you bathe in it. That's even worse. You'll go buy water to drink, but then you'll go bathe in the same tap water you refuse to drink.
Well, yeah, I got good news on that. A lot of folks down in these parts, if you ever go up to Walmart, you will know
they don't use the tap water much.
They don't. Not on their teeth, not on or their tooth, or any of that. I mean, but you know what are we talking about here, folks? We're talking about the reason why we cannot become unified as a people. Straight up. You know, like he just so pointed out. You know, if he wants to point out what he pointed out there to the wrong brother, you know, he might not be able to get up off this porch. You know what I'm saying? Because some cats take blasphemy quite seriously. You know? They're like, well, fuck it. We don't give a fuck. You know, you shitting on our religion. You know, so we gotta be mindful of these things. And we have to have better way of communicating with one another. You know, now the brother here is not trying to upset no Christians out here. You know, the brother here is not trying to upset no Muslim or nothing.
No, basically, I just going in there kicking over the table.
He's trying to open up a dialogue, open up a, you know, aren't you trying to open up a dialogue with folks?
There's no reason to open up a dialogue. Them dumb motherfuckers need to fucking read what's in their fucking book. I mean, I'm just being quite frank. You believing in something you know nothing about. You haven't even made an attempt to even read this shit. You going by what some fucking clown up here in the pulpit is telling your motherfucking ass. And I'm telling you what's in the book because I've read the book. I didn't go to some guy in the fucking church or any other whatever the fuck you want to call. I didn't go to him. I bought one of the books with my own money and I read it myself. Now, if you can't do that or you're incapable of doing it, that is what you call a personal problem. But you need to keep those problems to yourself. Period.
But by saying that, now you disenfranchise.
No, I didn't. I didn't disenfranchise. It's not my fault that they don't know what's in the Bible, a book about their God that they believe in. You know, that's a dysfunction.
Is it really gonna hurt? I just want to be frank here. Is it really gonna hurt anybody to let these people believe this way?
If you pushing those beliefs on people that don't believe,
dude, they push it. Go up into the court, put their hand on the Bible.
I know.
You know, I swear by God. Fuck, pull out your money. In God we trust. So it's being pushed. All right. So the pushing's already done, brother. All I'm saying is we got to tone down that atheist rhetoric. So that
it's not atheist. This is not atheist rhetoric. This is common sense rhetoric. This is common sense. You know, motherfucker get sick, they go to the hospital. You got people in there praying to a fucking God that will praying to a God that will determine no outcome in what happens to this person that's in the hospital plays no role.
Now, when you just said that, now everybody
that's been scientifically proven.
Everybody out there that actually have had experience in the hospital when they prayed over their loved one and their loved one miraculously recovered.
That's
you just pull down your plate and shit in their face.
No, that's what you call a coincidence. Oh, because I can go get a couple of dice and be like and pray, please, Lord Jesus Christ, help me roll 3 6s. The odds of that fucking happening are probably 1 in a million. That's the same thing as if you go and fucking pray.
You just did not sit up here and say, I'm praying to God to roll 3 6s.
Okay, 5 5. 3 5. What's the odds of that actually going to happen? That you're going to roll that stuff? That's the same with the. See, when people use prayer, they use it as either your prayers are going to be answered, they're not going to be answered, or they use the excuse that he wants you to wait. So either way it go, he's not wrong. When actually that praying and stuff have no determination in the outcome. You know, when people get sick and they go to these hospitals, You can pray all you goddamn want. If these people hypothesis and what you describe to them and the conditions you're in is going to determine the outcome and the type of medical treatments you get. And some people survive and some people don't. Praying has nothing to do with it.
Now, how do you explain science proving that we are involved in a global consciousness? I mean, that's scientific as well. This is what I'm saying. The issues we discuss here, folks, are hardcore issues. There ain't no softball shit here. You know what I'm saying?
No, because people don't need. That's the problem. People have been codified, and people whatever terms you want to use, and we are in a crisis as a whole. The country's going down in a flaming bag of shit.
But there's a reason why.
People honestly really think that, fucking Russia hacked the election. It's people that actually believe this dumbass stuff.
But they also believe that fucking Obama was black. He's just as much white as he is black. Once again, it goes back to what have we all been taught? What he's talking about is, for some of us, many of us, I would suspect, have been taught a certain way. You love your country. Well, first, there's basically God, then your country, then your family, then yourself. That's the way most people were taught, most normal people. I understand what you're saying, brother. Truly, I do. And I get it. But the way you say it, it's sort of like we're sitting at dinner, man. Everybody's sitting at dinner. The Hindu's eating his stuff, and Muslims over there eating his sandwich, and Christians over there eating their pork chop or whatever, and
rubbing on Sister Betty booty.
And then you bust in the goddamn door, and you're like, "You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're fucking wrong." People are like, "What the hell, dude? We're just doing our thing."
No, I wouldn't do that.
You just did. You just did. You just did. You just did. You pulled down your pants and you farted in these people's face and you said, "Y'all stupid as shit." That's what you did. And the sad thing about that is that we need everybody on board. The train just can't. We need everybody. That's why I understand that it would be incredibly hard to achieve what we're trying to do.
I just can't go out and be like, excuse me, pardon me, no. Them days are fucking over, man. It's like they're poison in the fucking water.
Poison in the air.
Our fucking public school system is crap.
It's actually good. It's not that bad if you apply yourself.
You can just name a plethora of things that's going on right now. Just completely, everything's in fucking chaos.
But would it be because people are not praying hard enough?
That's not gonna have it also says in the Bible, if you have like 3 or more people and you're all praying together, that Jesus is there with you.
In the midst, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying he's here, he knows what's going on. So why is he not doing nothing?
Because this was his whole plan. If this was his whole plan, then yeah, it was meant for that guy to go out there and steal that bitch's pussy and she have a baby. That was his fucking plan.
We all know if it's a legitimate rape, it's been scientifically proven, the body will shut itself down.
That ain't been scientifically proven.
Well, a senator said this.
Yeah, he did. That's the kind of shenanigans you get from Missouri. That is.
Yeah, that's right, my God. That's right. That's right.
Local television on a Sunday morning. What was his fucking name?
It was a legitimate rape.
If this is legitimate rape, the body, the mechanisms in the body will shut it down.
And how would you know? Because I did a lot of legitimate rapes in my time.
He probably did.
None of them bitches got pregnant.
Did. But that's the type of bullshit you get from Missouri. It's a very unique place.
It's a very sad place.
But
the problem is, man, once again, I want to build a coalition. I know you want to build a coalition as well.
Yes.
But that takes hand in hand. You know, you can't shit on your ally. And to all the black Christians, Muslims, and Hindus, you know, you do have a voice here on Special Report and the Random BS and the other morning show and the other show we have. You know, you definitely call in. We'll interview you. You know,
and I'll be nice. I'm nice to most of the.
You know what the problem is? You know, he ain't drinking. See, if he was drinking, it'd be a lot cooler. You know, because that was some high. My name is Gary. You want to suck my dick type shit. It's like, ugh. Like, what the fuck? I mean, even though one could argue that you were correct and one could argue that you was not correct. Because once again, it was just one verse we took. And it's
but I said that a lot of people don't read. They point out little verses and they don't read what comes before that verse and they don't read the follow after that verse. And that's where a lot of people get fucked up.
Right.
They get fucked. And these preachers know this. They know this. That's why they're rather for themselves to enter. Don't worry about reading that book. Let's
cook that chicken downstairs so when we have that dinner. You know, but in the meantime, Sister Betty, come in. I need to talk to you in the yard.
Right, yeah. My wife at the hairdresser getting her hair, so I got about 2 hours to break that shit off. And that's what he go and do. And when he done, he walking out of that motherfucker with some fried chicken, some greens, some cornbread, you know, and then he go home and
don't forget some spaghetti.
It's like, but the pastor wife, she be doing some foul shit too. So let's not get it twisted, because I done seen some stories where the pastor was fucking this one dude's wife. The one dude found out, the husband found out, so he went and fucked the preacher wife and his goddamn daughter. So it be some crazy stuff going on in these fucking churches. Now that's not get it twisted. It's just buffoonery, you know, just spread all.
But see, once again, that's what people will just say. Well, you're not talking about the real church. You're talking about felonious churches. Just
man,
like
that should be happening. Man, every different church has its own different style of shenanigans that goes on in that shit. You know, it just ain't one particular church. This stuff goes on in all that shit. But you think these motherfucking, well, now we know the Catholics ain't. They just want the boys and the sprinkle of the girls. We already know what's going on with that. But some of these others, you think they ain't doing this crazy ass shit too? You know?
I hope not, man.
Fuck yeah, they doing that shit.
I hope not. I hope they have decency. You know, listen.
The decency that she wipes her face when he done. That's what I'm talking about. Shit, I'm just being fucking honest, man. This shit, man, ain't gonna. I mean, just think about it, man. You getting money, you getting pussy, you getting food, you getting all this shit. What else is there to ask for? You telling me all I got? I mean, me personally, I couldn't do it. As much as good as the idea of that sound, I mean, personally, I couldn't do it.
What, be pastor dime bag?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. You know, as much as, and I'm single too, so I can have I can just,
those panties be getting fucking wet since you go down the aisle.
Ding ding all over the place. But I couldn't do that because I'm harming people. Like a lot of these pastors, especially the black ones, they know who black people are, but they're not going to tell you who black. They're not going to tell that congregation who they are because they want the money. They want the money. And if you can get food and pussy on the side too, hey, that's a deadly combo. But nobody
I guess the danger is sometimes the distortion of the word produces a guy like Pastor Jesse Lee Patterson, all right, or Peterson, Jesse. You get this amalgamation because he believes in white Jesus. He's like, Jesus was not black. He's not African. He's a white. He's doubled down. All right, for sure. So a guy like that, obviously, we can never build a bridge with. He's gonna look at us as a couple of thugs.
I ain't trying to build shit with Jesse Lee Peterson.
But there are other cats out there like the deacon, the Black Hebrew Israelites. They talk what they talk about. If you listen to what they're saying, hey, it works for them, and I'm interested in hearing more from them. All right, and then you got the brothers. The Muslim brothers, interested in hearing what they have to say as well. So we have to build.
I think it's got to be beyond religion because we're at a point to where we're going to be extinct as a species.
Well, you got to tell this to the religious, pious brothers. But
you know, we
gotta
set all this stuff aside because you know, nothing in the Bible or any kind of religion is gonna fix the problem with white people not being able to replace themselves. They're dying off. White people in the whole Western Hemisphere, they don't talk about this stuff, but they're already, just in America alone, white people are beyond the replacement rate. It's more of them dying than they are producing.
But you can't trust those figures. We know that those figures are skewed.
It's probably more than what they're saying. The situation is probably worse than what they're even reporting.
And that, look, I wish we could just get to a human factor to where we're popping as humans. You know, I have zero problem with anyone believing in anything. Seriously, I really don't, because my convictions doesn't require the input of any other people. Now,
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna just leave religion alone. Maybe some of you Christians should pray that the government, that Jesus stopped the government from allowing all these opioids and fentanyl to be pumped into the country, because I totally feel like I'm in an episode of The Walking Dead.
You just did not say that, man. You just didn't. Okay, well, cool. That was.
But you saying we trying to do stuff for humanity. This is what I'm saying. When either that happens, or we need to start locking them up like they did with the crackheads.
No.
You know, fuck all this drug court. These motherfuckers going into the drug court all fucking high, and they create this drug court because they want to keep those prison cells for the militant boys.
Yes.
You know, but fuck that. If a crackhead can go to jail, a fucking tweaker can go to jail fucking too. Because these motherfuckers got no plans on stop bringing this shit in, and these motherfuckers got no plans on ever getting off this shit. You know, I'm sick and tired of this shit. The motherfuckers jumping out the motherfucking woodworks, and just, I mean, these motherfuckers are all over the place. All over the place. And it seems like not to be a problem unless it's directly affected them. Then it's a problem. You know, it's not a problem. You know, we'll just sweep it. They just sweep it under the rug.
Because they're willing to kill their own to keep the benefit.
Oh,
they would sacrifice so many children.
That's how that shit get in. They bringing that shit in, putting it in their own fucking. It was bad enough what they did to black people with the crack in the crack era. You know, they were literally bringing that shit in. And there was a white dude that was telling people that he even seen them bringing this shit in. That motherfucker now he sleeping with the Fishers.
Hey, accidents happen. He's probably suicidal before he said that.
And it all started, they were when they started, heavily prescribing, where they had a pill, what they call them, pill mills and all this other stuff.
Oh, where they were putting that shit in,
going to the fucking doctor, getting all the prescriptions and shit. And see, when black people was in pain and the doctor was writing on opioid prescriptions, which is a good thing. Because, we just coming off the crack epidemic. We do not need this. Now it is some black people on over, but it's nothing like compared with what these white people going through. And I think it's grotesque that they won't do nothing.
I had to concur. It's pretty unsettling. But you know
that
what?
Tells me that they don't have the power like they really think they have the power, because if you did, then your government wouldn't be allowing this stuff in to kill you guys.
But a lot of folks, how they're using Trump. They're like, oh, well, Trump's not Christian, but he's good for the movement, right? Well, that drug deal is the same thing. There's some people, there's an agenda behind it. Because what would this drug deal ensure? It will ensure the inevitable collapse of the society once it hits critical mass. Once you're fucking around, you go to the gas station, the old fucking clerk's back, hold on, bud, and nods out.
And even you bud smokers, be careful, because they putting fentanyl on the fucking weed. They putting fentanyl on that shit.
Well, I don't have no words there. I don't smoke weed. But
I'm just telling you from what I have, different articles and stuff that I have read, and from reliable news sources that I trust.
Are they putting it in the alcohol?
Don't give them no ideas. Do not get these motherfuckers on. But what I'm saying, that's fentanyl. This shit's coming in from China.
It's sad. It's just destroying family after fucking family, dude.
You know,
and I'm not one of these hateful bastards. I don't like to see anybody in pain. I don't give a fuck who they are.
I'm just getting sick of seeing it's just like fucking.
Oh God! At 2 o'clock in the morning, they always have their hands like this in the little hoodie, and they're like scuttling about like little roaches.
Yeah, man, me jump. I'll be seeing these motherfuckers, these tweakers everywhere. I mean, every fuck word, and it's fucked up, and Now, I want to show everyone that we're fair and balanced. All right, you kind of went in hard on the Christians earlier. Now, do you have any discouraging remarks for, say, atheists or Satanists or folks like that? Wiccans. You gotta spread it out. Something, anything? They tie their shoes wrong, anything? No, not really.
Child sacrifices, perhaps.
Well, I hope nobody doing those.
Well, Satanists are. That's what they do.
Well, don't be doing that.
Atheists. They're doing all kinds of weird sex.
It's friends people in every group. It's friends people in everything. So I wouldn't be surprised. I hope nobody's doing anything heinous at all. Period. But it's friends. It's friends in everything.
True.
It's friends in everything. True. Look at them motherfuckers to be up there in the mountains of Kentucky handling them snakes and shit. And you know where they get that shit from? It's in the Bible, in the Old Testament.
You're supposed to have been a rep on a non-Christian set, dude, but somehow he was able to maneuver that last little cut in, man. Put your little switch, put the blade up, man. I got something for them. No, put that shit up, man.
No, man, I ain't trying to make Christians. I'm just saying, man,
Oh, if you're not trying, I hate to see you try, bro, because that was some pretty, rough shit. A lot of the delicate viewers.
We are just at a critical point to where we got to get beyond all of this stuff, or we will not survive as a species. Because this said United States, these 50 states, man, I'm telling you, it's going down. It's going down fast. I'm telling you, it's going down fast. And they're going to be in here carving this son of a bitch right on up. I'm going to go back to this fentanyl, too. Because this has been a Chinese tradition whenever they wanted, to conquer their enemies. The first thing, to start softening up before an invasion, they dope them up. And 90% of all fentanyl that's coming in the United States is coming from China through Mexico. And it's wiping these motherfuckers out. And then once you get to a circle, they do not report these numbers. It's whenever you've written like trailers, I mean, numerous amounts of trailers to store bodies, and that's not even counting the bodies that don't even get claimed. Oh, Billy, he died from opioids. Oh, just leave his ass over, let the state deal with it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And you can go on the internet and find stories after stories where these morgues are being hired, or these funeral homes, are being hired by the state to get rid of these bodies that haven't been claimed from these overdose victims. And the state it's running out. It doesn't even got no money to pay these people.
Well, the state ran out of money because so many politicians have fucking raided the funds. I mean, there's enough money to go around, sure enough. But look, if they can fucking bring in a motherfucker from Saskatchewan Scoot and give this motherfucker money, give him a tax where he doesn't have to pay tax for so many years.
Yeah,
there's money that they could be giving us American citizens.
But let me go in there and try to ask for maybe.
Please get your bootstraps.
Yeah.
Get your
security.
Hand down. Another one looking for a handout. Mr. Alibaba, here's your money, though.
I'm just trying to get a small business loan. Either I'm going to be escorted out that motherfucker by a security guard or the local police department. And hopefully I'll walk out of there with my life.
Or else they'll be like, they're really crafty. He's looking for a job. Hey, Earl, isn't there some room down there at that private prison?
I ain't trying to
get you trumped up.
Speaking of prisons, there's a massive prison strike going on right now.
Yes,
about the horrible conditions that's going on in the prisons.
And we need to support. A lot of people, I ain't supporting those. Don't forget, a lot of people are in jail today
for crimes they did not commit.
Really, they did not commit the crime at all.
And for a lot of non-violent crimes too, like you know, a blunt,
Well,
maybe like a little half ounce of weed.
But you gotta understand, all that money goes back to ISIS, and ISIS, you know, attack people and all that. So we gotta put things in context. Whereas, this bullshit, that money ain't going to no ISIS. You know where ISIS is getting their money from? It's called Wall Street. Just like all the other armies of the world getting their money from Wall Street.
Yeah, it's probably funneled it to the Saudis, and the Saudis funneled it
right to them.
You know,
right
on the way
them.
from the Saudis funneling that money to the little church, or they cutting motherfuckers' heads off too. But the U.S. ain't gonna give them no freedom because that's their freedom.
And Trump's not gonna tweet about that either.
No,
he only likes tweeting about black people. Let's just be real, as real can be. You know, Eminem talks shit, crickets. You know, any black artist said, "Oh, Jay-Z's a fucking dumbass bomb." You know, John Lemon, which everyone knows I am not a John Lemon fan.
Don Lemon. I
said I don't like the motherfucker. I don't even pronounce his name right. Don Lemon. You know, I look at him as a cupcake with a shit like infused cream inside.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then he spews this out because he's like so anti-black man, and he is a man himself.
But see, that's part of the feminization and these laws that's been put in place where, you know, that they have men hating other men just of the purpose because they're a man and they're a man and they're hating men. You know,
the only time I ever heard, and this goes back to the black woman thing, the only time I ever heard a white boy talking about a strong white female is when he was talking about Bruce Jenner. That's the only time I ever hear that shit. You know, but you hear, oh, strong black female, this and that. You know, it's like, who wants a strong chick? I don't want nothing strong about a chick. I don't want her to smell strong. I don't want her to fucking act strong. I don't need all that. You know, only thing I need, you know what I'm saying, are the conjugal sides of the relationship. You know, the emotional side of it that doesn't require strength and all that. You know, for you to denuded your man and take his nuts from you, you're just opening yourself up to being victimized by every other dude who still have his balls.
I know this one
it's rough out there being a man.
With these feminists, especially, and I'm not going to say all black women, I'm not going to say all in general, but a lot of them, especially a lot of black women, they want their men to be masculine when it comes to everything else around, like for us, like being the provider and taking care of all the kids and everything else.
So they can sit on their ass.
But they want to be in control. You know, they want, you know, like on the third Friday when the little pimp had the dude that got out of jail, had him by the nuts by the vice grip. That's what they want. You know, and no man want to deal with that bullshit.
No man will deal with that bullshit. Are you out your mind? You know, I'm supposed to be sitting over here.
Even a beta male don't want to deal with that bullshit because he like his stuff.
Yes.
You know, he don't want to marry some woman and know that he's gonna lose half of his possessions and his money.
And what do you get in return?
And his kids.
What do you get in return? You get a bossy chick that has no respect for you. That's not a fair trade, dude.
What you get in return is a child support bill.
Oh, that's if you leave.
Yeah, loss of half of your possessions.
That's if you leave.
And paying her money the rest of her life until she decides to get a job, and then that alimony normally cuts off. But she don't be in a rush to get no job because you get alimony and child support.
I think most of the time what happens is these cats that's sitting there in that badass relationship because they don't want to go that economic devastation route you're talking about, and they just end up stroking out or having a heart attack. You know, they're like, fuck that. Then, you know, they'll be like, hey, baby, you need to watch that cholesterol. This motherfucker, give me another steak. You know.
Oh, you know, I want pork chops 5 days a week.
Smear it in grease gravy. Not even flour, just grease gravy.
You know it.
You know what I'm saying?
Pour it on thick, too. Pour that shit on thick and make me some biscuits and soak them in butter. Bring that shit here. Willie died at 55.
Yeah. You know, he used to love drinking this Kool-Aid. The bitch puts like this much sugar, that much water, and then a little bit of Kool-Aid. That mother.
He drinking all that. Can I get some ice? No.
Can't get some ice.
But there's some crazy shit. That's why I the Cherokee,
surrogate.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
You know, for men that don't want to deal with the bullshits of being in a relationship but want to have kids,
I think unfortunately
that should be an option.
That's why I think too many cats are scared of pussy nowadays. Not like scared like they're like you're talking about. They're thinking, oh my God, this bitch gonna economically destroy me. And that's why I think that we're seeing this increase in motherfucking sex robots cannot be even stay on the shelf. Motherfuckers are buying these animatronic silicone robots like hotcakes, right? So my whole point,
look at all the bullshit as a man. Look at all the bullshit you got to deal. You know, if I find a woman and I fall in love with her or blah blah blah, and I want to marry her, she can wake up one day and just decide, you know what, it's popping over there with Larry. You know,
Case,
I'm out.
Peace out.
And I had the movies come get half of the shit tomorrow.
Half. Shit, Larry needs some shit. He's like 3/4.
You know, we're gonna come get the shit. Oh, by the way, we're taking the kids too. And if you want to see them, you know, take me to court.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, she knows this. You know,
you might as well just start fucking handing the cash out right there.
The laws are geared to set up against the man, and we have women in this country that will not hesitate
to pull the trigger,
to push that motherfucking nuke button. Boom.
Yeah, nuclear option. You're done. You're supposed to be like, oh my God, duck and cover.
Ain't no duck and cover
don't work, dog. That shit just knock your ass. All you see is some tennis shoes on the street and you gone. You know, listen. That's why it's important. Don't be tricked by these hoes and vet them. Get to know them before you stick a dick in them. Seriously. I mean, if you don't, then at the end of the day,
it's like it's no consequence for their bad behavior. And then you point this out, and you point out they'll be quick to point out a man's bad behavior. But you start trying to hold them accountable before they behave. You know, like for instance, this bitch got fucking three kids by 2 different dudes. You know, it's the dude's fault. It's the dude's fault. But at the end of the day, bitch, you fucked him. So that tells me what type of woman you are. You fucked this dude.
Well, a lot of times.
But hold on, it gets even better. But then they expect another man with no kids, 6'5", a fucking baller, to come in and clean all that shit up and be submissive to her. What? Now who in their right fucking mind would do some dumbass shit like that?
Nobody. That's why these bitches are chilling with cats.
No, it is motherfuckers out there that's doing that shit, and they need to be shunned and shamed. You shouldn't be doing that shit. You know, let her, if she set up and had all these fucking kids by multiple guys, let her dwell in her own fucking piss. Don't you go waddling that shit with her as you go find you a woman that don't have any fucking kids. And you do, or you can go the surrogate route and get you some kids. You ain't got to worry about dealing with the state on that motherfucking asset.
Or you can just not, have to, worry about kids and then just do you and peace out when it's time for you.
It's a shortage of males being born that's being taught how to be masculine. It's
of course, because where masculine men, a lot of them, if they're not thinking properly, where they end up at. They end up in the fucking jail because they done knock somebody out. They done smack somebody around. They done, did something physical. I cannot stress it enough. There's a fast way to jail, and it's called putting up your dukes in the wrong. All it takes that motherfucker with that camera. They didn't see, no one cares about the buildup. All they care about is that action. So
like savage. Yeah, savage. He should be locked up in a cage like an animal. You know what? We got a cage.
The other one who needs to be locked up, seriously, are all these whack-ass judges and lawyers high on cocaine, doing these bogus-ass court procedures, getting certain people off when they should be going to jail, and certain people who should be getting off are going to jail. We need to totally change every politician.
This whole system is a failure.
I say instead of drug testing a janitor, we need to drug test our politicians and cops every day, daily. But when you click land, before you hit that punch that time card, motherfucker, someone comes up and baps you on the arm with a blood test, no piss test, because we know these motherfuckers, they got money. They'll come in here with the Whizzinator, and whiz that shit in a cup. No, you hit that blood or you hit that hair sample every day. So then that way, when we see, oh shit, Senator so-and-so voted. Well, he was on that oxycodone that day, right? Yeah. Oh, We can throw that shit out.
But they ain't gonna do that because then that means there'd be less black men getting jailed and killed.
Well, there you go. And that's not the plan.
You know, we can't
do
that.
We all know.
You know, we need Officer Smith out on the
beat. It's bad enough we got Officer Smith basically getting in blackface, going around shooting people.
You know,
oh, that was a black guy. You know good well that wasn't no black guy.
Chicago. You know, we know what the fuck's going on. They buying these motherfucking costumes. Maybe I should buy one of these costumes like a white man going around touching women's booties and shit.
Or just, leaving hypodermic needles around.
Yeah. So walking down the street or walking through Walmart slapping myself because I'm tweaked out. You know, they might have tweaker edition costumes.
Oh, stop it. It'd be a flannel shirt all ripped and tattered and a headband.
With one tooth.
Oh. Instead of vampire fangs, you just have
that one tooth. You know it. You fucking know it. You know. I want mine to come with the cut-off sleeve flannel.
It has to look like it's been worn several times.
Mullet edition.
It's been bandana with a mullet. Oh man, you motherfuckers be trying to snatch it. Hold on, I need that for my trap.
Mullet edition, yeah.
Oh hell no, hell no. Little muscle shirt, some ripped up jeans. Don't forget, you gotta wear some work boots. It's like, damn dog, you ain't working 6 months, but you're still wearing work boots. What's up with that?
Might run out of money. They run out of money all the time, so they might have to do a little something strange with some training, to keep that fix going.
See, the thing about it, the crack epidemic was a hell of a lot more sexier than this opium epidemic. When you went to a crack house, not saying I've ever been to one, but when you went to a crack house, fucking, you'd be sitting there and the chicks would come in all dressed and clean because they're going up. They're getting stimulated with that crack.
For a minute, but we all seen some rough niggas crackheads. It's like shit.
Well, it was a sexier scene versus some dusty ass trailer. Dog shit in the air, piss everywhere. Your fucking needles sticking out of the fucking fucked up carpet and shit. Fucking like an opioid den.
I used to see like numerous of videos of people falling asleep at lights and at the gas station struggling and shit. And one morning I stopped at a gas station that I used to stop to every morning and shit. And what do I see? Little behold, there is a couple in a car with 2 kids in the back, passed out, fucking that shit. Out. Right there, they like 4 a.m.
Hey, when you get to get that fix, you heard of Crave, the White Castle Crave. I got the Crave. These motherfuckers are on some other shit with that. They got the Crave all right.
You know it.
Like he said, so they do something strange. These motherfuckers will steal. That's their number one deal. Once they steal everything, then I guess they go to prostitution or whatever. But there's some sticky finger motherfuckers. It's like when you be
driving down the highway, you get off at the exit. And you see all them fucking tweakers up there with the sign, help me, or blah, blah, blah. Them tweakers, them motherfuckers, some of them is homeless and some of them not, but they all tweakers.
Yeah.
They're all strung out on that shit.
And you know what? I don't have no problem giving a motherfucker who's begging. When I was working up in the city, or driving the truck, there were several times, man, motherfuckers hit me up. Hey, big dog, can I get some change, right? I just straight give these motherfuckers a 50 or a 20, just straight up. Here you go. They look at me like I'm crazy. I'm looking at them like, man, let's go and have a good time. Fuck, if I was homeless,
you ain't finna go buy no sandwiches.
No, fuck it. Go and have a good fucking time. Shit. The damage is already done at this point.
Right.
What the fuck?
Go get your little drink. And,
fuck yeah.
Whatever else you fucking do.
I remember one time I did it up there at a Crown Mart, man. I hit this brother up. I gave him $40. So normally I carry money for my lunch and shit. I was just feeling charitable. Get this brother that money, man. This brother come back down with a big old fucking blunt. He goes, hey, big dog, man, come on, man. Well, I was like, man, I don't even mess around with that dog. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, well, sometime come through, we'll drink or something, because that's all I do and shit. And, that's how you make friends, man. That brother didn't have to come back and offer me shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. But he did. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker was, I smelled that motherfucker from here to over there by that tree. I was like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? So, look, if you're nice to people out here and you treat people like you want to be treated, like if I was down, if I was all fucked up on coke or smack or whatever, and I was out there, hey man, I would love for someone to show me some love and just give me some shit so I can get up off these streets, get my fix, and go and do what I got to do.
Right. You know what I'm saying? More money after the high come down.
For real. But at least you have that rest pit where you're fucked up for a minute. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, a lot of people, oh my God, he's contributing to the you know what, motherfucker? Every time you pay your taxes, you're contributing to dead motherfuckers over there in the Middle East. So don't give me that bullshit.
Over 1 million killed in Iraq alone.
Yeah. And I'm so sick of hearing the self-righteous, pompous bullshit when if push comes to shove, motherfucker, we took your 401k, we took your motherfucking monkey ass accounts from the bank. Your ass will be out there doing way worse because you at least you motherfuckers don't even know how to fucking make it out there. You know what I'm saying? You know, how will you take my
That's why the motherfucking suicide rates.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Oh my God, the mortgage.
You know, that's why the suicide rate is so high. That's another thing they don't talk about because it's mostly white males. Right. White middle-aged males, boom, off with his head. He can't deal with the pressure. You don't know. He
can't compete.
Yeah.
He cannot compete out here on the street. Yeah. We all know this. In the summertime, now in the wintertime, he may have a one-up because he can do the barbarian thing. But in the summertime, that motherfucker be out there and wear some AC like a zombie. AC, because he'll die. That something burn his ass up. I've seen some homeless white cats. And it's not pretty, dude. That neck be all sunburnt and shit.
Yeah.
And do I get joy from seeing them in pain? Fuck no.
I'm like seeing
normal motherfucking human being. I don't get off of seeing people in pain.
But I'm not gonna sit here and ignore that it's their people that's bringing that stuff in their community.
And I'm not gonna ignore it's their people that's bringing a lot of pain to my people as well.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna ignore that shit either.
Because when we was going through the crack epidemic, it wasn't no drug course. It wasn't none of that shit.
No, it was called real court. It's called court. Yeah, bounce your ass right to jail.
Yeah, but they developed these motherfucking.
They went so far doing that bullshit, motherfucker. You white boy, you have fucking powder coke. I'm black. I got rock coke. My shit, I'll get more time than you. Mm-hmm. You know, so because everyone knew white folks snorted, black folks were smoking it. Yeah. So,
and that's how it was.
And that's how you know this shit's so fucking evil, man. So fucking evil. I always want to fucking, sort of like, dog, none of us were there during slavery time. Very few of us was here during Jim Crow time, right? So why are you still playing these fucking racist ass games? You don't really, you do have a stake in that, my bad. Because that's how you get that motherfucking trust fund money from grandpa. That's how you get that little motherfucking a sense of fucking pride as you're walking down the street.
They have a stake in us still being here, as much as I feel sometimes that they think that we're useless,
obsolete machinery.
Yeah, they don't know how to function without. They can't even think right without. They wake up. A lot of them wake up with black folks on their mind.
And the black dick right in the center of that motherfucker. There was a song out there this white boy made.
That country song,
that nigger lover song. Yeah, nigger lover, dude. Horrible fucking song. Every stereotypical trope about a black man up in here.
He was just butthurt, he probably had a chick, that was curious. He probably wasn't treating her the way she wanted to be treated.
Well, how she wouldn't want to be treated? Bitch, give me a goddamn beer. Pow. That's not how she wanted to be treated. Give me a TV dinner.
And then David, showed her a good time, gave her that man bingo. It was game over. It was game over.
And then that boy went there after David got finished, went down there and ate that shit out, thinking that he was doing, it's extra moist down here.
It
ain't extra moist, you silly rabbit.
That's all nut on that bitch.
And you slapping it up like a doggy. It's so sweet.
And she paid David money from your check. That's why he got the new J's on. Don't think this shit don't be happening. Like it's about a couple of months before hunting season comes.
Oh shit. I can't speak on that.
While the men are gone, Tyrone will roam.
Let he who hasn't taken advantage of a dumb bitch with some money cast the first stone.
Right. If one of your homies are partners, in October, hunting season starting like October.
Yeah.
When they go on dirt trip in October, all of a sudden, fucking, Tyrone, he got new fits, J's, some rims on his shit. You know what he been doing.
You know it.
You know what he been doing.
I'm running a wascally wabbit.
He's
over there just tearing that shit up.
And they pay good money for that shit too.
Oh yeah, that honey's not cheap. You better have some money.
It's all money in that shit, especially around deer season time. Because these motherfuckers go and these motherfucking chicks husbands go off and they go to these deer camps where they ain't doing nothing but sitting around playing with guns and drinking beer, drunk as a fucking skunk, and she at home getting dicked the fuck down.
And here's another thing I'm gonna hip y'all to. A lot of y'all don't understand this. A lot of these brothers or white boys, whatever, that's going out here hunting, a lot of that is cover for homosexual activity.
Probably.
No, they straight up going out
there. They'll never come back with no
fucking
deer.
No, but they come back walking funny and shit. Oh, I fell out tree stand. Or
yeah, I bet you
did. You fell into your buddy's dick.
Oh, never got up in that tree stand, motherfucker. The tree stand never got out the truck. Shit.
And or else, if they're not doing that shit, they like these old cats that were from around here. They actually went out to Las Vegas and they fucking partied for fucking a week, right? And the way old girl found out somebody used a credit card and then she came back to the house.
Yeah, don't do that.
And it ended up costing them more than they thought. But but they came back with a deer. See, they had an old boy here, had a deer boy, so when they came out, they snagged that motherfucker up and come on up. And everyone's like, man, every year they always get the there was two brothers. They motherfuckers were going out there, fucking whores, drinking, partying. Shit, later on, years later, I got the deal when we were all getting drunk, older, and they were there, and they, someone asked them about it, and they told the whole deal. I was like, they're like, man, we did that for fucking 18 years. They were forever. Now, that's some slick shit, but most people ain't that slick. Most motherfuckers nowadays are so dumb, it's pathetic. They don't understand the game.
That wife really never get caught that creep Tyrone in.
No, because a woman can sit there and get that whole, most motherfuckers ain't going down there smelling. I detect some fucking odor, some pheromone. Most motherfuckers ain't doing that. As long as that bitch don't come with some jizz this oozing from the corner of her fucking mouth every time she speaks, you smelling ball sack. She's straight. But a dude, man, what it is, you go in there, you hit this bitch, and you get all this pussy juice on you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you get deep into it. I don't know about y'all. But, if you get your hand action in that motherfucker, you'll get fucking these 2 fingers here or 3. They'll be covering that pussy smell. I'm just saying.
Clean yourself up before you go.
Dude, you can't wipe that shit off. Or not me telling you personally, but I've heard you can't. You can't.
Yeah, with that disclaimer in there.
With a quickness. You know what I'm saying? You can hit that. You hit the gas station. That gas station soap ain't no good. And listen, man, it's really different for a dude fucking, you know what I'm saying, versus a female fucking. It really is different. Now, if she was some old nasty, greasy motherfucker who stank, then yeah, you might be able to detect some funk on her. Like, man, you smell like you just came out of a woodshed or something, bitch.
She goes like I did. I did because you're sorry ass didn't do nothing.
And the worst thing I seen
shit
are those old dudes that have impotence problems, right? But they got badass bitch because they got money, right? Man, I worked with this cat, man, and he was talking about how he met these couple, right? He was doing work at the house. It was the typical.
They're like some swingers or something.
No. And he was actually doing like.
No, I'm talking about the people he was working for. Was they? Like
No. She was just a sex starved, and old boy was like, he was money. He worked up in Kirkwood up in there, real good job up in the city. And what he said was just like a goddamn movie, man. He come out, he was out there doing the work. She comes out with cookies, hit him up for cookies. They go inside and he's smashing it. And he had started smashing when he was like 15. And he was smashing this shit all the way up to he was 22.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? On the side, man.
That's good shit for a little dude coming up.
For real. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, do I say, that's wrong? Underage activity. I don't these were different. This was back in the 80s. Like, that's it. This was back in the day, man. So it was a different time back then,
Yeah, they didn't put that shit on camera like these knuckleheads do today.
Yeah.
You're a little 16-year-old boy, you banging out some grown ass woman. You didn't have your friend filming it. You just go in there and wear that bitch out and go.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Get something to eat.
I think it's just as bad for a woman to fuck a young boy as it is bad for a man to fuck a young girl. But I have to be honest, when I younger, and that, older chicks took advantage of me as well. I didn't want to say this on the show. I was trying to.
So he has been a victim of this type of behavior. It's okay. You can heal from this. You know, the traumatic drama and pain that has caused you of this woman's taking advantage of you, being an underage male that's raging hormones, you know.
You know, and maybe that's why I'm so twisted in my head, you know, today, because I saw how these chicks were behind closed door. I knew, like, you know, when they used to say sugar and spices, girls all night. I'm like, that's a lie. This whore over here, you know, I mean, look, I think there's been an unsaid epidemic in the rural area about these rural chicks fucking young boys. It's been going on and you know what? Fuck it. You know, I might as well start Me 3 hashtag. You know, you already got Me 2.
Me 5.
You know,
Me 5. All I'm doing is come over and cut the grass. You tell me I gotta cut the grass and turn that shit up too. Shit. Okay.
I'm not laughing, man. I'm laughing, you know, to deal with the pain, but you know.
You want Kleenex?
Something. I got one right here. You know,
like the young folks say, we keep it 100.
It's not easy.
It ain't. You know?
It wasn't easy, you know, to admit that. You know.
Now, how old was you when she took advantage of you? How old was you?
I was only 18.
Oh, well, you was an adult.
What?
Yeah. You wasn't even. Oh, never mind.
My bad, dog.
He was already. You know, I'm thinking you like some 16-year-old. You know how you be when you're 16. You know, you get a little hair on your chest and face and all that stuff, and you know you got some 24-year-old over there want you to just worry. You just go hollow that some bitch out. You know,
those were the good old bad days. Actually, farm vacation and all that. You know, I always took the moral high road as a kid. You know, I was like.
I'm not gonna do that, you know. Better not. I got standards, you know, and you know.
No, I'm serious. But nowadays, if I was out there in the dating scene, dude, the only thing I'll be thinking of in my head is herpes, AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, and all that nasty shit. Because, look, man, there's too many pussies being passed around like hot potatoes. All right, now think about it. After that game was played, did anyone cut that potato up and make French fries out of it? No, you threw that motherfucker in the trash because everyone done touched it. That's how you should throw a chick in the trash. And I'm not trying to slut shame, but I don't ever do that. You know, whores, sluts, I don't do that. You guys do what you guys do.
You got to get it how you live.
Yeah, that's stupid. You know, because that last time, unless she's using a dildo, it takes two to tango.
But yeah, we do need to let, you know, me as a male, especially as a black male, and I see the vulnerabilities that a lot of black males face in everyday situations. You know, I feel like I have to do this to let younger black males, to give them information to how to avoid these traps. You know, because at the end of the day, you make the wrong. You know, some of this shit is, you know, in Missouri. I know in the St. Louis area, the STD rate is outrageous. Off the chain, and then in the black community, it's even worse. You know, but it's more black women with STDs in the St. Louis area than they are in male, almost by double.
But who's fucking? You know, I mean, are they fucking the same? You think they're fucking the same?
I think they're man sharing. I think they're man sharing.
It has to be.
Yeah, I think they're man sharing.
You know, that shit only works for bees, pollens. You know, you go from one flower to
like ants and stuff.
Yeah, humans, man. Look, man, I'm not trying to be gross or nothing. If you have kids, you might want to get them out the room.
They should have been out the room a long time ago. They ain't out the room now.
Then you're just neglectful.
Yeah, but it's all good, you know.
To have a chick that's covered in jizz and literally, you know, she's licking assholes, she's licking balls, she's having my first fucker in the ass, she's sucking the dick after they fuck her in the ass. And you think you're going to clean that type of individual up and make her any type of lady? You're a fucking ignorant, stupid, fucking gullible, fucking sap. Because that is a fucking gutter slut, dude. And that's
why it's our due diligence to make the young generation of males aware, especially black males, aware of these type of traps.
Because they're out here.
Fuck yeah. And last time I checked, the bird trap is nasty if you get caught in it.
Even if you don't, even the trap don't mess you up, the secondary infection will.
You know it.
I mean, and a lot of you guys, you need to check out there's a newspaper in England called The Guardian, all right, UK Guardian. Dude, go to the health and wellness. UK is this for an island. They might have done good.
Oh, they get nasty over there too.
Oh, dude, it's just syphilis and new forms of flesh eating. They got a flesh eating bacteria over there that if it's on your genitalia, it causes a ulcer, basically a bump, then an ulcer, open sore, and then if you don't treat that, your shit will rot off. Literally, they got shit over there in England. That's right. And there's three cases.
Well, they even more
two dudes and one chick.
Yeah, they're even more sexually freely with their sexual.
Whenever you hear about a kid talking about
in Europe, then they are in the United States, and we off the train over here.
Well,
this is mild compared to over there in Europe.
They got some fetishes outside this fucking.
They got animal brothels over there in Europe.
Where they just straight up got sheep up in there.
That motherfucker and you wear it out.
You can take the savage out of the savage tree, but you can't just fucking fix him right in the head. No. I mean, listen, man.
No.
I have to draw the line. When you start fucking outside the human fucking race, and everybody is human, seriously. You start fucking outside the human race, you're a fucking whack.
Why do you think all these small dogs are in demand?
Oh, get out of here, dude. We need to check peanut butter. Is the stock on peanut butter going up?
I don't know, but I know small dogs. I see a lot of single women with small dogs and cats.
Well, you know why? That cat's tongue is very raspy.
You know what that little dog is too.
And they put that tuna juice down in there.
Shit. The dog be in the living room. She be laying in that bed. He smell that pussy. Yeah, especially them 7 to 10 days before she go on that period where she's ovulating and all that shit. She's at her horniest. There ain't no man over there. She ain't got no man that can satisfy her. And she start rubbing that shit, get juicy. That dog in the other room, he smell it. She get up in that motherfucking bed with that nightgown on, raise that motherfucker up. Come on, Poochie. Call that motherfucker, go right up in there under them blankets, and it's game on. They sense is better than theirs. So, he in there, doing his own thing, eating some Kimmels and Biscuits shit. Next thing you know, he smell it. He already know the deal.
And that sloppy ass whore will probably put her shit together and go to the club later on and fuck a dude. After knowing some dog did what that dog did to her.
Some of them dogs do it so good, she just turn over and go to bed.
No, you make the damn dog a sandwich.
No. He got some food and water.
Here's a milk dome.
They make sure them little motherfuckers are taking well care of, because they well taking care of them. Well, that's just my theory. Yeah, why everybody got these small dogs. That's just my opinion. Not saying everybody's doing this or anything like that. This is my theory. Because me personally, I don't see a point in having a small dog. You can't do nothing with it besides step on it in the middle of the night.
Hopefully dudes ain't grabbing those small dogs like that and wearing them out.
I hope not either. Get you a fucking medium-sized dog or something.
Oh, damn. Something that can bite back and fight?
No, I ain't going to bite.
That's probably why they do it. They can overpower a little bastard. Be like, you can take him from a German Shepherd. Disgusting.
Yeah.
The thing about it, though, those people will be like, this is just a sexual orientation, and we have a right
under the Civil Rights Act.
Because they always throwing black folks shit into their bullshit, man.
Oh, you know it.
Always.
And then you'll have the black politicians, agreeing with the shit.
As long as they pay them some money.
Oh, they gonna pay them some money.
You know what I'm saying? Those motherfuckers don't come cheap. I try to get some on the show. First thing I think about, how much you pay. I'm like, really? How much we pay? No. Please. How much you pay for air? That's how much we pay. This shit's free, motherfucker.
Free and polluted.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not saying our show's polluted by no means, but
you're talking about the air.
I'm talking about, the air is definitely polluted.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, a lot of people think that these chemtrails are this bullshit. That's some Alex Jones whackery. No. If you look up in the sky and you see fucking clouds, straight lines, fucking up there for hours after a plane,
just get bigger and bigger and
that's
bigger. Just and then next thing you know, it looks like a film or a haze in the sky. Yeah.
And then the next day it'll rain, or a couple of days after that it'll rain,
and then you'll see the chemtrails again.
Yes. Listen, man, weather modification's real. And another thing that people ain't even hip to, and I just became hip to this myself. Antarctica.
That's some crazy stuff. I didn't see.
No, they basically have a breakaway civilization down there. Like all the governments done put their little shit down in there, and these motherfuckers are ready to break away from the rest of us fucking savages.
Because that's probably, and I wouldn't be surprised, that's probably the only place that ain't been fucked over on this little mother.
Oh, because motherfuckers can't get there in mass numbers.
It's too fucking cold.
Shit. But there are some spots in Antarctica where it's not cold, where the land, for whatever reason, it's like 72 degrees all year round. Plants grow. In little pockets. They're called oases down there. The Nazis discovered one prior to World War II, and then they actually stole it because the Queen of Belgium actually owned it prior to the Nazis staking claim to it. And once again, when you're way the fuck out there, you know, all you gotta do is take this flag, chuck it, and put your flag, and you own it. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna be talking about we fighting because there ain't nobody around. So
shit, the United States got some interest in that shit. You think get some free?
Oh, we have bases down there.
I know we do. Yeah, they fly motherfuckers in and out them motherfuckers all the time.
Because of the fact that, you know, when you're a superpower.
Oh, you think the United States is not finna let nobody go down to Antarctica and not get
their first share?
Fuck yeah.
You know, and
that's get our first share regardless. If we get there last, we're gonna get our first share. We're gonna take it from your ass.
We got so much resources here on this continent still. Can't even touch it, you know, because this is a protected. We got more national parks in this country than anybody else that has millions of acres, good land tied up so that some fucking hippie fuck can walk through in flip flops and backpack with some tie dye on, thinking they're doing something. You know,
I like hiking too.
I don't believe in hiking. I believe in riding place because I'm a fucking human being. I don't like to walk. I really don't. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like to walk. I'd rather, if I had it my way, I would be a king, motherfucker, on one of those little deal with fucking the railings where people have to fucking carry me to the store, you know, and
refill.
and then I want to look at their face. Take me to church's chicken and oh, this fat motherfucker. You know, I mean, he's just gonna get fatter.
Right.
But
you know, you get fatter, you just add another guy on.
I wouldn't want to do that.
8, and you move to 10.
Well, I have people enslaved just so I can fucking eat more bullshit without moving. Become Jabba the Hutt, quite literally. But fuck all that. Listen, guys.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. It's time for you to find the one you love. If you don't love her yet,
and give her the magic stick.
Give her the magic stick all the way. You know what I'm saying? No pity, no mercy, like the Karate Kid. No pity, no mercy. This is Dojo Insano or whatever the fuck they were called. But you know the thing about it, make a baby this weekend. Bring another life into this world. We need it because the way people are dying of everything, man, it's crazy. You know, you got people dying of STDs, people dying of cancer. Still, number one is heart attacks. People dying of heart attacks. So a lot of people are dying, so we need to replenish the earth yet again. And that's all I got to say for special, or what the fuck, the other morning show.
I'm Dimebag Doily.
No, True Power is mine.
Peace.